malicious task missions which was not in his control. James Bucky Barnes, known as Captain America's best friend slash sidekick in the comics movies, has protected Cap from many encounters from bullies to enemies, which brings into the audience relevance. Would you protect your best friend from anything bad? From the countless comic books I have read since I was about 8 to 9 years old to recent movies, I have watched a lot of movies from Marvel since the first Spider-Man. I am credible to talk about this. The purpose of my speech is to persuade my audience to realize that Bucky Barnes is not a villain, but more of a victim of manipulation. First, I will talk about what I meant that Bucky is a victim. Second, I will show you perspectives of why people think he's a villain. And third, I'll explain how Bucky shouldn't be portrayed as a villain. Bucky Barnes is a victim and was brainwashed due to Hydra. During the train scene from Captain America, the first Avenger, Bucky was seen from dangling from the train and fell to his death, and was later picked up from Hydra, then designed Bucky to be a mass murdering weapon while Bucky was unconscious, in which happened in Captain America the Winter Soldier. When Hydra finished Bucky, they brainwashed him and forced him against his will to do malicious tasks that led to mass murder. I talked about how Bucky was victimized and brainwashed. Next, I will be talking about how people view him as a villain. The perspectives of why people think and view Bucky as a villain. According to this article, the Wayne Stater, author Natasha Aguirre stated that everyone who saw Captain America Civil War saw that Bucky murdered innocent people and thought that best to have him detained for his murderous crimes. I explained one of the perspectives of why people think and view Bucky as a villain. Now I will talk about why he shouldn't be portrayed as a villain. He shouldn't be portrayed as a villain because he's been damaged enough from the torture, brainwashing, and being forced against his will to do awful things to Hydra that instructed him to do all these murderings. Rather a victim, he was trying desperately to figure out who he was during the film and comics. I will talk about Bucky being portrayed as a villain. Now I'll recap my main points. Now that I reached the conclusion of the speech, I explained that why Bucky is considered a victim. Second, I explained the perspectives of why people think he's a villain. And third, I explained why Bucky shouldn't be portrayed as a villain. Bucky will remain not as a villain, not seen as a villain, but as an innocent lost victim from the hands of Hydra. I'll end my speech with a memorable picture.